Good morning, dear cadets. So we are in the types of solution. Study I taught you the first type of solution, that is on the basis of physical state of solute and solvent. And what we got three types of solution: liquid solution, gas solution, and solid solution. In liquid solution, how many can be? Three can be. Here also three can be. Here also three can be. So total 9 types of solutions are there. Just see, like in liquid solution, what is there? Liquid in liquid, solid in liquid, gas in liquid. Here you can write what is there? Solid in liquid, solid in liquid. Then what is there? Liquid in liquid, liquid in liquid. Now we can write third type also. What is the third type? Gas in liquid. So like that you can write here also, in gas solution also. In each category, actually these name means liquid solution, gas solution and solid solution is given on the basis of type of solvent used. If solvent is liquid, solute may be solid, liquid or gas. So the name of solution is liquid solution. Similarly, if solvent is gas and solute may be gas, may be liquid, may be solid. Study I have explained this one in detail. So total 9 types of combinations are possible as far as solution is concerned on the basis of physical state of solute and solvent. So study I have explained, there is no need to explain this one further. Always remember, these are the classification which is based on type of solvent. What is the physical state of solvent? If physical state of solvent is liquid, then it is called a liquid solution. Now, solute may be liquid, may be solid, may be gas. So, always you can mean like that also. Liquid in liquid, solid in liquid, gas in liquid. So, which is named first? Which is named first? That is only solute. And which is named later on? That is solvent. Like liquid in liquid means liquid solute is present in liquid solvent. Solid in liquid, solid solute is present in liquid solvent. Gas in liquid, gas solute is present in liquid solvent. Same is the case with here also. Gas solution, gas in gas, gas, liquid in gas, solid in gas. Similarly in solid solution, solid in solid, then liquid in solid, gas in solid. So like that 9 combinations would be there. Now let us move to the second category of types of solution on the basis of type of solvent. So second classification is based on type of solvent. So there are two types. The first one is aqueous solution. Second one is non-aqueous solution. So what do you mean by aqueous solution? The aqueous solution is the solution in which water is used as solvent. Water is used as solvent. No other solvent is used. Example also you can write like sugar solution in water, sugar solution in water, salt solution in water, salt solution in water. So here what is the meaning of this one? Sugar is dissolved in water, salt is dissolved in water. So here water is used as a solvent. So aqueous solution is the solution in which water is used as a solvent. What about non-aqueous? Just reverse of this one. Non-aqueous solution. What is non-aqueous solution? Is the solution in which other than water, solvent is used. Solvent is used means what is there? In non-aqueous solution, water is not solvent. Some other solvent may be used like alcohol, benzene, naphthalene, carbon disulfide. They can be used. So their example you can write here. What is the example? Sulfur dissolved in carbon disulfide. Sulfur dissolves in carbon disulfide. So just see here, water is not here. Which is solvent here? Carbon disulfide. So like that, other example also you can use. These are the terms which oftenly used as far as types of solution is concerned. Now let us move to the third category, that is on the basis of amount of solute present in the solution. Unsaturated solution. Actually, we are classifying now types of solution on the basis of amount of solute present in the solution. So on this basis means how much amount of solute is present in given amount of solvent at given temperature. So just try to understand, on this basis there are three types of solution. The first one is unsaturated solution, then saturated solution, third one is the supersaturated solution. So now first one is unsaturated solution. What is unsaturated solution? Solution in which more solute can be dissolved at given temperature. Solution in which more solute can be dissolved at given temperature. Actually in unsaturated solution amount of solute is less as compared to solvent. This is the only reason, that is why more amount of solute can be dissolved at given temperature. So what is unsaturated solution? Unsaturated solution is the solution in which more solute can be dissolved at given temperature. Actually, why more solute can be dissolved? Because the amount of solute present in given amount of solvent is less as compared to amount of solvent. That is why more amount of solute can be dissolved at given temperature. The next one is saturated solution. Saturated solution. What is saturated solution? Solution in which no more solute can be added or dissolved at given temperature. So saturated means, what we can say in saturated solution? In saturated solution, the amount of solute and amount of solvent almost they are equivalent. Actually, I will tell you why any particular solute dissolve in the solvent. Will tell you. Just see whatever solvent you have taken. So in the solvent particle, what is there? Interparticle gaps are there. What are there? Interparticle gaps are there. Suppose you have added to the solute. If those interparticle spaces are unoccupied, unfilled, then more amount of solute can be added. So in case of unsaturated solution, the interparticle spaces which are present in the solvent particles, they are unoccupied by added solute. Means whatever amount of solute you have added, they are not sufficient to occupy all the interparticle spaces. That is why more amount of solute can be added in unsaturated solution. What about saturated solution? In saturated solution, what is there? Whatever amount of solute you have added, all those solute particles occupied all those spaces, interparticle spaces. That is why no more solute can be added at given temperature. Even though if you are adding, then what would be there? They will not dissolve. They will settle at the bottom. So what is there? It is related with the interparticle spaces. I am now trying to understand what is the importance of word at given temperature. Try to understand. When the temperature is constant, then what is there? The number of interparticle spaces are constant. But suppose you increase the temperature, then what is there? When you increase the temperature, then the kinetic energy of the solvent particle will increase and they will migrate here and there. They will move. So the more amount of interparticle spaces will be generated. Hence more amount of solute can be added. That is why this is called, means whatever definition of unsaturated solution and saturated solution is there, that is for means at a particular temperature. More the temperature, more will be the solubility. If you increase the temperature, solubility will increase. So what we can say, at given temperature word is most important. At that temperature only we can classify the solution as a unsaturated, saturated and supersaturated. The third one is supersaturated. I hope that you have got what is the meaning of this one, saturated and unsaturated. The third one is supersaturated solution. Supersaturated solution. What is supersaturated solution? The supersaturated solution is the solution in which more amount of solute present as compared to solvent at given temperature. Means in supersaturated solution, whatever amount of solute you have added are dissolved. They will not dissolve completely. They will be settled at the bottom. Means they will not dissolve. Precipitate will form. Undissolved solute will be there. That is why it is called supersaturated. But at given temperature, just try to understand. See, water you have taken, you keep on adding the solute particle, sugar to the water. So initially what would be there? You keep on adding and keep on stirring. Then sugar will dissolve. One stage will come when amount of solute, means sugar added, will be equal to the amount of water which is there. Equal means interparticle spaces which are present in the water has already been occupied by the sugar particle. So that is saturated solution. Now beyond that, if you are adding, then what would be there? They will not dissolve. They will be precipitated. And precipitate means undissolved. Undissolved solute particle. You can write here. Precipitate means undissolved solid particle. That is known as precipitate. So in supersaturated case, what is happening? Already they attained the saturation part. Now again you are adding to the solvent. Means again you are adding solute to the solvent. So they will not dissolve, they will be settled at the bottom as a precipitate. Then they will become supersaturated solution. But remember, at given temperature only. Now suppose precipitate is there, undissolved solid particles are there. If you will increase the temperature, then they will dissolve further. So they will not be supersaturated. That is why temperature should be constant. At given temperature only all three definitions are valid. So dear cadets, now fourth basis for the classification of types of solution. On the basis of size of solute particle. On the basis of size of solute particle. So on the basis of size of solute particle, there are three types of solution. The first one is true solution, next one is colloidal solution, third one is the suspension. So just see, the first one is true solution. What is the true solution? So as you know, this classification is based on size of solute particle. So what is the true solution? The solution in which solute particle size is solute particle size is less than 1 nanometer. So 1 nanometer equal to 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. So just try to understand. You can write like that. Less than 1 nanometer means like that. 1 nanometer. Like that also you can write. This is the sign of smaller. Means in true solution, the solute particle size is less than 1 nanometer. Or you can write less than 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. Both way you can say. So solute particle size lies less than 1 nanometer. What about? This is the only reason that is why true solution solute particle cannot be seen by the naked eye. Can you see the sugar particle dissolved in the water? Means in sugar solution, can you see the salt particles in salt solution dissolved in the water? Not at all, because their size is less than 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer equal to 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. Now what about colloidal solution? Colloidal solution. Colloidal solution is the solution in which solute particle size lies in between 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Or you can say 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter to 10 raised to the power minus 11 meter. Both way you can write. So solution in which solute particle size lies in between 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer or 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter to 10 raised to the power minus 11 meter. This is colloidal solution. Now what is that one? Next one is third one is the suspension. So I am writing here suspension. What is suspension? Suspension solution in which solute particle size is more than 100 nanometer. More than 100 nanometer. Or you can say more than 10 raised to the power minus 11 meter. So just see. What we can say, what is the conclusion here? The smallest solute particle size lies in the true solution. The biggest lies in the suspension. And in between suspension and true solution, colloidal solutions are there or colloidal particles are there. Detail of these three types of solution will teach afterwards. Right now just we have classified the solution. So that much is enough for you. to give you some questions. So inside of today, basically I taught the classification of solution on the basis of type of solvent, on the basis of amount of solute present in the solution, and on the basis of size of solute particle. So now 3-4 questions you will have. So dear parents, now this is the time to check your knowledge. Just see. First question is write short notes on aqueous solution, non-aqueous solution. Define following terms: saturated solution, unsaturated solution, and supersaturated solution. Here write with examples. With examples. Here write define following terms with examples. With examples. Here also write with examples. With examples. Okay. Now I am not asking any question related with the true solution, colloidal solution, and suspension, because these three things are given at length in the remaining portion of the syllabus. So again we have to discuss. Just now here we have discussed on the basis of size of solute particle what are true solution, colloidal solution, and suspension. Just we discussed on the basis of size of solute particle. Now detailed study means their properties and some other things we'll discuss later on. Thank you.
Okay.